You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk.
Greetings, 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 my visionary dreamers. This is Adion, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from drowning in the world, drowning in yourself, drowning in whatever it is that's stopping you to becoming the best you can become. And this is Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things and everyday life, everyday situations. So people, yes, Sundays I did say will be my interview day, but if you follow this podcast, then you would know when I last talked to you on Wednesday that, oh, I forgot to invite people. I'm probably just talking to myself right now. Hold on. I gotta send out a little invite, and hopefully more people will come. Anyway, for those who are listening right now, so I decided to do part 2 of how much are you willing to give? How much are you willing to sacrifice for a big opportunity? I think that this is a very, very important topic, because a lot of people want big things, but they're not willing to do big things to get them. A lot of people just want to do the minimum. And if it don't work, they're like, oh, well, it wasn't for me. But no, I'm here to tell you that life is full of tests. Many tests to see just how bad you want a thing. Whether it's a house, a car, a relationship, a new career, a job, a baby, anything in life that you want. You're going to run into some little obstacles, some little struggles to get there to kind of prove it. Every now and then it might just slide your way easy. But trust me, if it come easy, the next one is not. I'm here to tell you. But what I want to talk about, well, first of all, I just want to say, I hope everyone had an awesome weekend, and that they're looking forward to next week, and that all of y'all are thankful for where you are in life right now. Even if you're in the midst of a struggle, even if you are in the midst of having an obstacle that you think is in the way, as I always say, learn and grow from it. It's always a lesson to learn from your struggles and from your obstacles. Trust and believe me, you. So let me get this thing started. Are you willing to sacrifice for big opportunities? I really need y'all to ask yourself that question, because I am, always have been, always been a risk taker. People think I'm crazy. If it's something that I want, some things I do. And it's not things that would degrade me as a person. I walk with integrity as much as I can. But there are things that some people are just like, nah, I wouldn't do that. So just let me catch you up in case you're just tuning in. You didn't catch part 1, but I want you to listen to part 1. So I didn't, I'm not going to tell everything. I basically decided that because my son is off to college, my daughter's out the way, everybody's pretty much gone. Nobody wants to spend time with me. I mean, they do, but on their time, you know how I go once they become young adults. So I said, I'm single. I'm not really ready for a outright committed relationship. I'm just trying to enjoy me right now, in my life at this time in my life. And so therefore, I don't need the space that I need. I sold my house and my space and my son, for my son to go to college. And from there, pretty much we moved into an apartment. And might I add that, and I don't know if I said that in my intro, I said I've moved a lot of times in my life. So I just really realized that since we have prepared my son to go to college and getting everything together, I moved out of my house December 2015. From December 2015 to now, today, this weekend is my 4th move. Yes, let me repeat it. From 2000, so you might as well just say 2016, a year. I've moved 4 times, y'all. I really have. And this is the most I've ever moved in this short amount of time, but there were different things that came up. I mean, the first move was because of a career opportunity. I was in the midst of studying for my insurance license, and I was managing an apartment building. And the apartment building, we lived in the apartment building. That's where we moved after, I sold the house. And come to find out that the apartment building, if you're not working with them anymore, you have 14 days to leave the premises. Yes, 14 days. So I got hired at New York Life, actually before I got hired with the management company, but I still had to take my test. So long story short, once I completed my test, passed and everything, New York Life decided that they wanted me full time. And I'm like, okay, I can't have 2 full-time jobs. And they're like, and they were in a different area. So that's how it went down. I had to make that decision. They promised salary and commission. That's what they promised. So I moved, I found me somewhere actually before the 14 days. Of course, I didn't tell them until I found the place, put my money down or whatever. So I moved and, I thought everything was going well. I did all the criterias and everything. Long story short with that. And this is all still going into how much are you willing to sacrifice for, an opportunity? Because to me, New York Life, that's one of the top companies in the insurance business. And so that was my goal to get to, I want to be top notch. So I did it. I did what I had to do to get there, and I got hired by them and, so forth. So long story short, dreams, they sell you dreams. Well, I'm not going to say that. I love New York Life as a company, but this particular branch did not feed me the whole story. They kind of, when you're new in the game of insurance, you don't know as much. And I did do a lot of research, but of course, I'm just tunnel vision at this point because I'm like, yeah, I want to work for New York Life. That was my focus, and I got in. So come to find out, 2 months in the game, I'm still not paid. So my little savings is gone, and yeah, I had to find something else. But meanwhile, while I'm trying to find something else, now my bills are getting backed up. So what happened? I wound up getting evicted 2 days before Christmas of 2016. I got evicted. And it was not, to be honest, I just came from managing an apartment complex with 250 tenants to getting evicted. I've never been evicted in my life. Never. I've managed 2 apartment complexes with the same amount of units, like 250 and something. And I know the game. And actually, to be honest, she really was sloppy. She was a young girl and she was on some trying to prove herself. I get the whole picture. And I actually could afford it. But I'm just one of those people that I don't have the energy to be fighting dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was 2 days before Christmas. And I mean, come on, everything's closed. That's just too much. So, me and my son, we did what we had to do. My mom was visiting that week. I had to. And if she's listening to this podcast, she's just finding out the real truth. But this is all a part of sacrificing for something that you want. I wanted New York Life and I got it. I did what I had to do to get it. It just happened to turn out that it wasn't I'm not going to say the company for me, the branch for me, but it actually wasn't the company for me because of the fact that when you are in the insurance business, you have companies and mortgage, because I used to do mortgage too. you have exclusive and you have non-exclusive where you can kind of be independent. Well, come to find out, if I would have went forth with that contract, I would have been exclusive and I wouldn't have been able to work with no other company besides New York Life. And New York Life want these perfect people, and that's not happening in my world. So it actually was a blessing in disguise, because that turned me on to researching more companies, would allow me to see that I don't have to work with just one company. I can broker out to a lot of different companies so that I can give my clients the right fit for them. And that's what I'm about. I'm not about the money part of it. Yes, of course, I want to get paid. That's what we're all here to do, get paid. But my moral standards are like, I want my people to be right. Even if when I was in the mortgage business, I took a lot of pay cuts just to make sure people got in houses. If I knew their money wasn't long enough or whatever, I really took some. People don't know, I really ate a lot of costs just to allow people's dream to become reality. And sitting across the table to give them the keys is what gave me my joy, and that's who I am. So in this business, it was the same way. And I wound up calling a conference with the manager, and where he came out with all my files, he was already all smiles and everything. And I told him, I said, this is not the place for me. I looked him dead in the eye. And we sat in that doggone conference room for a whole hour and a half. He tried to convince me why I shouldn't leave and how New York Life is the best fit for me, is the best thing on the planet, and this, that, and the other. But he didn't know I already set things up for me. I already was with a whole nother company. I do not leave something without having something else in place, So, I left, and I just moved on, and that was the best decision I've ever made. So when I'm talking about how much are you willing to sacrifice for the right opportunity, although that part of the opportunity didn't work out right, me going for my license and everything like that, them hiring me, having me hyped up, and, I'm going and them pushing me to take the test. That was what I needed. So if that was all that came out of it, and also the sacrifices that I made in between them not paying me for the 2 months, and might I add, at the end of the day, I wound up not getting my check until 5 months later. Okay. So, I had to do what I had to do to make money. Anyway, in between that time to deal with my clients, this is how bad it got. Mind you, I moved from one apartment to the other, and my son was just going to college. He just started college. So money wasn't all that long, and I couldn't pay my insurance, so I couldn't drive my car. Then my cell phone got cut off. All this in the midst of this 2 months, because I really was taking this risk to come to a company that paid you salary and commission, but they didn't pay the salary until you reached a certain amount of clients, which I went over that amount, and he was holding my money hostage to try to push me to get more out of me. It was crazy. So I had to work around all of that and still find a way to deal with my clients, y'all. And this, again, I'm going to keep saying this in between this conversation. This is what it takes to sacrifice for a big opportunity. So in order for me to get the clients in between, get my commission and everything, I couldn't drive my car, my insurance, because I couldn't pay my insurance. So, you better not drive without insurance, even though some of us take risks, and I used to back in the day. But right about now, I got too much to lose. And my cell phone was cut off because my cell phone company, I'm sorry, I'm with Metro PCS. I don't want no contract. I'm on a monthly bill. So you don't pay, then you can't play. They cut you off. But it's no late fees, but they cut you off. Anyway, so that's off. So now I can't get around to see other clients, and I can't talk on the phone to my clients. So you know what a sister did? This is what Adion did. So my other alternative, in case you don't know, you better find out, Google Voice. I set up a Google Voice account. Well, actually, I already had the Google Voice account set up, but I remembered I had it set up. So I went on Google Voice and I changed my little message and made it professional. And my internet was still on, so I had to deal with my clients through the internet. And nobody knew. I just was like, I text everybody, because with Google Voice, you can call, you can text, you can FaceTime, whatever you want to call it. Hangout, FaceTime, Hangout. And nobody questioned me, because it's the way you present it. And I might come on this podcast and you might hear me talk slang a little bit, because I feel like I said, this podcast is for everyday people, us, just people, common folk. And I feel like I should be able to talk to you without going into corporate mode. We're family now. So anyway, I had to use Google Voice. And thank God that when you're doing policies, they have e-signs. A lot of companies have e-sign where you can do it online and send it to the client, and they can sign by the internet. So that's what saved me, y'all. Saved me. Within 2 months' time, I had like about 15 clients that I did using Google Voice and with no car and just using my internet. Okay? I did the damn thing. And this dude gonna have a nerve to hold my money? Now, y'all know, I'm a sister, okay? Might I add that the company, I'm gonna say this, I was the darkest thing in the building. Let me just say it that way. Okay. I don't have a problem with working around whatever ethnic background, just as long as you do me right. Just don't play with my money. That's all. So I got it done. And the moral of that part of the story about sacrificing for your, for big opportunities is, if I wanted to get my license for insurance. I had been putting it off for maybe like a good 3 years. I won at it one time. I failed the test, and then when I got hired at New York Life, it forced me to really buckle down and do it. And I was working management while I was studying for the test. And that was a lot. That was a lot to take on all at once. But I did it, y'all. I did it. I sacrificed for that. And I met that goal. So now I'm independent and I could do what I want and I have more freedom. So that's how I could just pick up and move. Now, let's get back to the fact that this is part 2 of Wednesday. So let me tell y'all what happened. I told y'all that I wanted to get deeper into holistic remedy. I want to start, I want to get my holistic remedies certification, because I'm really into health. I'm really into healthy eating, healthy, just natural health remedies instead of medication. And I did sign up online for an online course, but I really wanted more. So, and I also was searching for a way to downsize and still be comfortable without, sharing a space where I'm just not uncomfortable. Because I want to travel more. I want to live more. So I went on my journey. And as I talked about on Wednesday, I found an institute that gives you your certifications and teach you. But I also went out there and found out that they had job opportunities as well. So I'm trying to think, on Wednesday, if I didn't. So basically, I got hired. I got hired as in an event planning department for the retreats, for people that want to come and do retreats, peaceful retreats and things of that nature. I'll be doing the logistics and the sales part of it and stuff. So, but in getting hired, they gave me a place that they are going to be paying all the expenses for. And I get fed 3 meals a day, and it's all vegetarian, which I was already reaching for that. So that worked out well. And yes. And my car, my insurance, everything is paid for. Okay. And I can still do my other work. Whatever other way I have making money, I'm still allowed to do that. So it's like a win-win all around the board. This is a field that I'm already used to. Events planning and all of that, and sales. That's me all day. And I'm already in a facility where I'm going to learn more about holistic remedies and meditation and yoga. So, and I'm also going to get a closer bond with who I really am. Because that was another thing I talked about, after your kids are all out the house, you got to find a new you. And so everything is coming into place for me. And all I did was sacrifice last Monday. Today is Sunday. So the top of the week, last week, Monday, is when I decided to take her 3.5-hour ride out to the place without having an appointment. Okay. I just knew somebody was going to talk to me. Okay. Because in my spirit, out of all the things that I looked at, I felt that place was for me, even if it was just, to get my certification or whatever like that. But it turned out to be way more. And if you didn't hear last week, I wound up spending the night in my car overnight, because by the time I got there, through the course of the day and everything that happened, you gotta listen to Wednesday to find out what happened. I didn't get there until late and everybody left. And I wasn't about to drive another 3.5 hours back home to come back again 3.5 hours. So I went in, and you'll hear, like I said, listen to Wednesday, and then you can hear all the details so I can make this shorter. So that sacrifice allowed me to move in, y'all. I started moving in yesterday. No, wait, hold on. Wait, what's the day? Sunday? Oh, I'm losing track of the day. Friday. We did all the paperwork and everything. Talked. The director called me. Actually, what happened was, so after I did the podcast on Wednesday, because, I stopped to do the podcast in the middle of traveling there. Oh, no, that was Monday. Okay, so Wednesday, let me see. Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday. I want to get it right, y'all. So Tuesday, I spent the night, overnight Monday. Tuesday is when I met with someone. And when I got there, the lady at the front desk, she gave my resume to the manager before I even came back there Tuesday morning. And then the manager came out, talked to me, and everything just worked out. And, she fed me lunch and everything. It just was a huge blessing. So I got back home, and 5 minutes after I got back home, 5 to 10 minutes after I got back home, the director called me and said they would love to have me, and it was some more things I needed to do, sent me whatever online, and I was able to do an e-sign. And hey, I'm in the building. Friday was a crazy day. More sacrifice. Got up Friday, 7:30 in the morning. Okay. I needed some new tires. I need new brakes too, but I needed the new tires first. So I go, call myself pre-ordering online. I ordered the tires online and a couple other things, essentials that I know I'm going to need. Come to find out where I ordered it from, because I was tired, was an hour away from my house. So I tried to go somewhere else and wound up having to drive there. Anyway, I left the house at 7:30, y'all. 7:30 in the morning. Do you know what time they finished putting them doggone tires on by the time everything they had, their customers, whatever? 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I was supposed to be at the facility at 3 p.m. So I had to let him know, okay, I'm wind up being there a little bit later. I had to stop past my son's college, drop some stuff off to him. Now, mind y'all, I'm packing, cleaning my apartment, everything all at once. A friend of mine was going to come and help me, and I was going to take my furniture to my cousin's house. We had this nice plan overnight that we talked about on the telephone, and then he couldn't make it, which was cool because I kind of called at 1 o'clock in the morning to ask him. And he felt some type of way. So if you're listening, you know who you are. I love you, and I know you meant well, so that's all that matters. So I had to just do what I had to do. So 3 o'clock, they just get done. I didn't get back until 4 o'clock. I had to finish packing, clean everything, get what I can, take the stuff to the car, put the stuff in the car by myself, because I didn't rent a truck because I didn't have no help. So I had to fit what I could fit in the car. By the time I finished with my son and get back on the road, because it's so far, I didn't get there. No, wait. Yeah, I didn't get there until 12:30, midnight. Mind y'all, I got up at 7:30 in the morning thinking I'm trying to get this thing together. I didn't get there until till 12:30 at night. Where it is in the mountains. I done ran into about 8 different deer, riding slow, praying. My girlfriend was on the line, kind of talking to me. I had her laughing. She like, I should have taped that live, but I'm like talking to the deer through the window, like, listen, please get out the street. Move, please. You look scary. It's dark, no lights, but I'm still going to the place. Now, mind you, it's too late. Nobody's there to open up the door for me because I missed my time zone. And I texted the director and told him, and he said, and that was at maybe like, I think 8:30ish or something like that. And I told him, because he sent me a text and said somebody will be waiting at the door for me at 9. And I remembered, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be there at 9. So I said, I probably won't get there until 11:30. I said, but you know what? He was like, oh, I got to figure it out, I said, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I will figure it out. My day just was turned all around. I will figure it out. Again, guys, sacrificing for the right opportunity. Okay. All of this I'm talking about. Think about this. What I'm saying. Would you do all of this? Would you? If you felt like a situation is perfect for you, would you do it? Would you sacrifice all of this? So I go to Walmart because at this point I'm like, hey, sister, gotta spend another night at Walmart. Oh, well. I got all this stuff in the car. I can't even sleep in the back because I'm all crunched up to my wheel. Everything just everywhere. I'm ready. I got my little sunriser thing in the front because something just told me keep everything in the front that, I could get to. And I get in Walmart and something just tell me, look at my text. And the man texted me at 9:30 and gave me directions on how to get in the building, left some lights on for me. And then going to have a nerve to tell me, because I did tell him I slept at Walmart. He was like, I don't want you sleeping at Walmart with a smiley face. I was like, you know what? This is horrible. So I beeline one on back, and I slept the night at the facility on Friday night. And I've been moving stuff ever since. As a matter of fact, I was on my way back to the facility right now as I speak to you again, sacrificing. And this part of sacrificing is this podcast and talking to y'all guys and letting y'all know that everything that you commit to for yourself, no matter what comes, stick to it. Because guess what? I was on my way back to the facility, okay? And I still got a 2-hour drive to get there. And I looked at the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to my girlfriend. I'm like, I got to do the podcast. I don't even have my mic. I don't have my other earphones. So I don't even know how I sound to y'all right now. But hey, I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm doing the damn thing. Okay. I'm showing up and I was on time, 7:00. So I had to first I pulled over to the shoulder of the highway, but I'm like, oh no, these trucks are just coming too fast. I'm not about to be getting killed over no podcast. So I had to hurry up and rush because it was like maybe 6:50, 6:49. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to find an exit to get over so I can do this podcast. So I found the sign that said McDonald's off this exit. Oh my gosh. It was not right off the exit. It took me to a whole nother road and all of this. So nevertheless, I'm here. I am sitting in the parking lot of McDonald's right now doing the podcast. Sacrifice for the right opportunity. And even though the opportunity of this podcast is not really paying me like that right now, y'all not paying me, but the opportunity is this. The opportunity is for me to continue to speak to y'all and speak into your life that you can do whatever you want to do, no matter what comes your way. You got to understand that. What comes your way, you have to kind of have tunnel vision for whatever your dreams and your visions are. You definitely do not, if you got family, kids and all of that, you definitely got to balance it out. Definitely. But you owe yourself that. We all have gifts. We all have talents. We all have things that we want to do in life. And again, tomorrow is not promised. You might not wake up tomorrow. So you got to take the initiative to start doing what it is that you've been putting off by any means necessary. You can find a way. If I'm sitting here in McDonald's parking lot and I am hungry, and may I add, I do have to go to the bathroom. Oh, I gotta tell y'all a story. But I decided that if I go to the bathroom, that I'm gonna be late for the podcast. So I said, I'm just gonna do the podcast first, and I'm gonna go ahead and use their restroom and then get me something quick, something to munch on or whatever, and get back on the road. So that's how much I love y'all. You know, I love y'all like that. I don't know y'all, but I love y'all because I know how it is when you need some encouragement, how you need motivation, and you might not have nobody around you that supports your dreams and your visions and your goals. They might think that is whack, or they might think that you just can't do it, or it's too big and all of that. I'm the one. I'm your lifeguard. I'm your dream pusher. ADN, Chronicles of Living. I'm the girl that's for you to listen to when you fall, when you're falling down that rabbit hole and you just listening to other voices that's not matching the voices that is going to get you the things that you want in life. I'm her girl. I'm her, y'all. So I do got to get back on the road. Oh, I'm going to tell y'all this quick funny story and then I'm going to get off. But so I didn't get there until, really 1 o'clock. By the time I left Walmart, got my little snacks and everything since I was in there. I got there 1 o'clock a.m. in the morning. Mind you, I started my day at 7:30. In the course of the day, I got some new tires, waited around, walked Walmart, shopped, got back on the road, had to drive an hour to get to my son, then turn around, drive another 3 hours to get to the place. So that's 4 hours of driving. I was tired after packing, after cleaning, everything. Okay. This is what I did in one day. One day. That a lot of people would say, well, I don't have no help. I can't move. I don't have no help. No, you figure it out. If y'all would have saw how I packed and what I did to try to move that heavy stuff, I made a way. So I get to the building. I get to my room, and in the morning, I'm trying to remember if it was in the morning. In the morning, you know how you sleeping so good, and obviously you had to go to the bathroom in the middle of your sleep, and you have to go really, really bad. So I didn't have a chance to get a tour. Now, I found out that the showers are across the hall from me. I have a sink in my room. So this is kind of like a college type of style. They give you everything or whatever in your room, but it's like a college type of style, but better setup and more space. So I'm thinking that the showers have a toilet in here. So I'm like, all right, let me go across the hall, whatever. I get in there are no toilets. And I got to go really, really bad. Y'all know how it is when you got to go real bad. At this point, I'm kind of holding myself, with my hand. I'm like kind of bouncing like, oh my gosh, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm going down the hall. It's all dark. Everybody's asleep. I'm trying to be quiet, and I don't see the bathroom. So I had to get my backup pen and go back in my room and do what I had to do. I just had to go. I had to go. I had to go. So that might be too much information, but it just adds to the fact that everything is not going to be comfortable for you at all times. And you got to find a way to go outside the box, y'all. You got to think outside the box. I'm telling y'all, if you keep thinking one way, and when I say have tunnel vision, I don't mean have tunnel vision and thinking one way. I mean have tunnel vision towards that dream or that goal that you're pushing for. And don't let the distractions get in your way. And a lot of people probably wouldn't, they'd be like, oh, a room, whatever, but trust me, this room is big enough for me to turn into a little studio apartment. By the time I get done, yeah, it's going to be doing it. So, I'm going to get off because it's going on 35 minutes. And I just wanted to give y'all something to start the week off, something to think about, just to prove a point that if I can get off in the middle of moving off the road, try to find somewhere to park to talk to y'all guys on point at 7 o'clock. I wasn't late. Now I was late on Wednesday because I was traveling, I had to hurry up and find a place, but I was only a couple minutes late. No, that wasn't. because of that. No, that was because of PayPal. One other day I was late because of PayPal. Anyway, so if I can do this for y'all, I don't even know y'all. I don't know y'all, okay? But I'm committed to y'all at the times that I'm telling y'all I'm going to come on live and talk to y'all and motivate y'all, encourage y'all, so that y'all can get out that space that y'all in and stop letting them voices tell y'all different and tell y'all that y'all not enough and that y'all can't do it. Y'all are. Everybody out there, you are enough. You are enough to do the damn thing. You just got to believe in yourself. It doesn't matter who else. Don't worry about your spouse. Don't worry about your kid. Let me tell you something. My son listened to probably one podcast and text me and said, Mom, that was a good job on the interview. Like my daughter, I don't even think she listened to it. And I listened to it. But I'm not, my mom, she's trying to keep up, but she's doing her thing. Like I'm not hung up on that because I know everybody has their own life and they do. I know they love me and I know that they want the best for me. But that don't mean that just because they're not listening to every last podcast, my friends, they're not listening to every last podcast, that they don't love me, they don't support me. Everything ain't for everybody. And sometimes your loved ones might have a different way of showing support. And sometimes your loved ones are just not interested in the thing that you have, your vision or your dream. And you just got to accept that. You can't let that hold you back. You cannot. It is your dream. It is your vision. It is your goal. You are the one that holds that in your heart. So you are the one that has to have the passion to move forward with it by any means. I'm telling y'all, excuses are whack. You can't point the finger at people. If you're not doing the damn thing, it's because of you. I don't care what you got going on. You can always find a way. If I'm moving, if I'm packing, if I'm dragging stuff down steps and I'm all of this stuff by myself, just because somebody couldn't show up to help me, but I'm still doing what I got to do. I'm letting all of this furniture go. Y'all don't understand. I'm letting all this furniture go. I'm letting a lot of clothes, shoes, all of this stuff go. Because why? It is material. And I can get it over. The thing is this. I am moving forward with something that I have been praying for some time now. For a situation, and it has presented itself, and that presentation calls for some sacrifices. And if that means letting go of some material things just to condense a space and to be in a smaller space, then by all means, I'm going to do the damn thing. Okay? No matter what somebody else thinks, it's my dream, my goal, my vision. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I want y'all to go out there and do the damn thing. Okay? I'm going to need y'all to inbox me, Facebook me, whatever y'all need to do. I need somebody to let me know that they are doing the damn thing. That these podcasts are helping, they're motivating you to move forward. When you slip, come back. Come on back, visit me. Listen to one of my podcasts to get your juices flowing again. Okay? So I done took out almost 40 minutes of my travel time for y'all. Okay? Without getting paid for it. And I got to go to the bathroom and I'm hungry. Okay? So I'm going to go right now. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 12:30. Mind you, I still have to go back to my place and get one more load. So I hope I don't have to pull over. I hope I'm somewhere comfortable. But if I have to do it, I'm going to do it for y'all. Okay? So until tomorrow, enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your holiday. I know tomorrow is a holiday, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to go on, because if you're busy, you can listen to it another time. That's fine. I don't know what the topic is tomorrow because I'm in the midst of moving, but I'll think of something. So until tomorrow, guys, this is Adion, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from drowning in yourself and the world and everything that life brings to you that keeps you from living a life of limitless, Just go out there, y'all. Go do the damn thing. And this is Chronicles of Living. You can catch me Facebook, Twitter, Chronicles of Living, Twitter, Chronicles of Live, Instagram, even though I'm not on it. I'm going to get better with the social media, y'all. I'm getting ready to get real situated. So I'm going to get better. But just Chronicles of Living and chroniclesofliving.com, and do not add the G. It's just Chronicles of Living with the N. Okay. So until tomorrow, I see you guys. Love you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and darn sure enjoy your holiday. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chroniclesofliving.com. Until next time, this is Adion, your dream pusher. I love you guys.